Welcome back to episode 15 of Minimal Maxing. We're going to continue on our Slayer grind today, hopefully getting to 90 and unlocking Lanikia so we can get to all those cool Slayer tasks and do more high XP tasks. So I went ahead and bought the Berserker Aura as I'm doing Slayer off of Premier Artifacts, so I'm able to use an Aura. So I'm going to activate it for this task. As it's only a 20-minute task, I don't really need to extend it, as I'll probably take a break after this task. And it's 40 beeswax that I don't want to spend. So what it does is it increases our damage by 10%, our accuracy by 10%, and boosts our attack and strength up to a higher level. As you see, we're 115 and 106 now. Meanwhile, our defense is only +3 even with the overload. So it knocks down our defense boost from the overload. We also take 10% more damage, so every hit that hits us, if it would have been 100, it would now hit us 110. So like that 240 was actually a 200 hit, but the aura multiplied it. So this should speed up our task here, and with the boost, we should be able to get the 249 kills within our 4 overload doses. 84 strength and 120 combat. We have what we need for Lanikia once we get to 90 Slayer, which is another 1 million experience away. This is where the biggest difference will be felt with the aura activated, is these guys. Before I was splashing on them, missing. At that time I just rinsed right through him. And there's our 65th task. As you can see, we used up 21 and change, because it rounds down, minutes on our Berserker Aura to kill 249 Water Fiends. We're well over 700 kills per hour. A much higher number than we were getting previously. 88 Slayer. And next up is 85 Strength. I'm going to get strength to 90 and then look into the accuracy calculators to see what my accuracy is on task against all the monsters I want to kill, and see if I need to gain any more attack levels. Thistle Demon, really quick task. Got another Ferocious Ring. Why, I love this task. 86 strength. We go, 621k more invention experience. We're up to level 65. Oh my god, these are terrible tasks. Terrible tasks. I'll use a Slayer token here. Something I forgot to do a while ago is make my Silverhawks level 60. Instead of level 1, now that I have 60 defense. It gives me 31 armor and 6 style bonus, which is pretty good. That's funny, it still gives me the notification of the rare item even though the drop doesn't go to the ground. So I would have gotten Abyssal Orb if we weren't using our Sacrifice Scrimshaws. I think it also shows up in the Slayer log. So in theory we could get the log done without ever getting a drop. Task 69 done. Nice. And our next task is Necrail. Also, I forgot to mention I switched to attack because I looked up the defense of the pirates and elite slayer mobs, and I'll still splash at this point. I would have like 95% accuracy, so not 100, but I still need more attack levels, and they'll provide more value than the minimal damage boost from the strength levels. Calphites are a really quick task, so we're just gonna go do them. So we're clearing this block tunnel so we can go through the shortcut on the other side to save us some time every time we come in here. 9-to-1 attack. We just got 199 Water Fiends. Gonna be a good task. There we have it. 89 Slayer. One more level to go, and then we move on to the next Slayer Master. 91 hit points. 228 Black Demons, not terrible. There we are, level 80 in Agility. We can now do this shortcut over here without needing a boost. We're halfway there, whoa. And we're siphoning our gear here. We'll get 621k for both of them. And we're up to 68 invention. I'm gonna set a level target for 80 because that's our 81. That's when we get our auto disassemblers, which is another 7.8 million experience away, so about 12 siphons. 210 Hellhounds, that'll be a really quick task. We're gonna activate our Berserker Aura, and I also extended it for an hour, or for an extra 30 minutes, because I do want to make sure that I grind out 90 Slayer tonight. And this will basically guarantee me that I will get to 90 Slayer by the end of this hour. It's not worth using the token, I'm just gonna go kill Calphites. Yes, the one advantage is we got to 93 attack. There we go. The task is done. And we're 35k away, so this task basically has to get us there. But we're not doing Greater Demons. We're not doing... This is just comical at this point. There we go. 194 Abyssal Demon. Last task. There we have it. 90 Slayer. We unlock a lot of things. But most of all, we unlock the ability for Lanakia. So before we fully go into slaying with Lanakia, I wanted to look at their task list. I basically copy and pasted this from the wiki, sorting by Slayer level, and then I deleted out all the lines for quests that we can't do. And I've marked all the tasks that I want to skip. It's about under 50%, so with VIP tickets, if we're using them, if we're actually using them, instead of just picking the top task every time, then we should be able to sustain our points. Additionally, Elves and Dagonos are both on Kuridel's list, and in 50 tasks with VIP tokens, so 100 rolls, plus all the skips I use, I didn't see them once, even though the game / wiki told me they should be available. So those two might not also be available on the new Slayer Masters task list. If I do see them, I'm going to block them permanently. I'm also going to block Gargoyles if I see them permanently. And then if I don't see those for a while, my second block spot will be Greater Demon. But basically, we're going to be focusing on getting these 6 tasks, and then these tasks up here as really our bread and butter of our XP. To get to Anachronia, we travel on the Stormbreaker here, and it takes us to the island. Just a little tour of the island. It does look really beautiful, I will say. And I think this is the first time we see a dinosaur. Oof, that Pavosaurus Rex. So we have to talk to Giles. And basically this is like a mini Farmville, where we get workers. And then all those workers give us resources over time. So what's our first task going to be? Black dragons or adamant dragons, also known as a skip. Demons or black demons. We'll take demons. That's a pretty quick task there. If we were higher level, we could do Ripper Demons and get a lot of experience, but unfortunately we're not there yet. I'm also going to come in and prefer demons, because for now we can kill abyssal demons and it's a really quick task and we can get levels, or we can get points up really quickly. And on the other hand, once we're 96, demons are an insanely good task because of Ripper Demons. We just built the town hall. And now we can assign our workers as we want. So if we come over here, manage base camp, and we want to build the lodestone and the bank chest, so we need 150 here, so we're going to change these off of here. And it'll be ready in 12 minutes because we're at 418. We'll be back for that. We're now able to build the lodestone so that when we teleport away, we can come back. Now we also want to get the bank chests. We need to get 400 of those when we get 250 of those. So that's a 5 to 8 ratio. Let's make it 4 to 6. This will be ready next time I log in. We're away. We can now build the bank chest here. Our task done, and as you see, we get 22 points, and then we can go here and teleport right to the Anachronia lodestone, which gets us right by a bank and right by the Slayer Master. So we don't have to worry about the time. So our new task is Vile Blooms, 88 of them. They're an Anachronia only monster. I haven't killed them yet, so I'm going to do a little research and then come back. So we're also going to siphon our scythe, as we got to level 12 during that last task. We'll get 621,000 and we're up to level 69 invention. Put the scythe back on, and now we have a long walk over to the Devil's Snares, which are down here. I don't really know of the fastest way to get there. I'm just going to take the agility course until we're halfway through because we'll get some experience there. So we got a merch call, and because the stock is pretty good today, I decided to teleport out and get the Sacred Clay. Unfortunately, we just don't have the stats right now to kill Vile Blooms. They just deal too much damage for our level and our methods, I guess. The XP per hour isn't great enough for me to continually kill them. So we're going to come in here and skip this task. And I'm going to take the gargoyles because I am blocking them. We'll do the quick Mithril Dragon task. I'm going to spend one of my Slayer tokens here to get corrupted creatures. So to kill monsters in here, you need Feathers of Moth, so I'm just going to buy 1,000 of them. We enter the dungeon. We have to go through this dialogue the first time. There we go. So normally everything gets loaded up into here. We're going to be killing these corrupted scorpions here. We're going to have to find a world. These are pretty popular, so it might take us a bit. Or not. We just come here, we overload, aggro potion, turn on, and hope for the best. So how this works is we'll get a damage percentage and damage reduction based on our kills. So we're doing an extra 2% damage and we take 2% more damage. We'll activate our Scrimshaw. And with our Scrimshaw, we're getting 590 per kill, which is pretty good. Make sure we have our weapon poison on. I should mention we're also gaining reputation for killing these monsters. So this will help with our ability to do quests, as we need to get to level 9 reputation by the time we want to do runecrafting with souls. Another task complete, and I've made a bit of an executive decision. Oh my god, I need to leave this room. With the amount of trouble we've had maintaining our health on these higher level mobs, I am going to buy an Amulet of Souls. I thought I could get away with not having one, as once you use it once, it's an untradeable item, and it's about 30 mil, so I was trying to like save a little bit, but let's not be cheap, as it is genuinely affecting things now. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one. You can no longer trade it, blah, blah, blah. We'll put that on. So basically what it does is it makes our soul split really good, and it makes our protection prayers 60% instead of 50%. And it can also sell the Amulet of Fury. There's really only a $24 mil loss. But because we have Berserk after, even though we don't have any VIP tokens, we're going to go ahead and try to get a task. This may be inefficient on points, but okay, now that we have Amulet Souls, I'm going to try Vile Blooms again. Even with relatively good soul split flicking and the Amulet of Souls, with our current method, it just wasn't working. So I decided to go ahead and skip those Vile Blooms, and we're not going to be doing them, so that further limits our task pool for the future. That's going to do it for today's episode of Minimal Maxing. We unlocked Lanikia, which is a big goal of mine to get. Unfortunately, Vile Blooms didn't work out too well, and we ran out of VIP tickets, so our positions for Slayer are getting worse and worse. But I have a little bit of a secret, maybe a bug, in my back pocket that I'm going to debut at the start of next episode, and it's going to change the rest of our Slayer grind substantially, and it's going to be great. So be sure to check out next episode, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Really appreciate all the support I've been getting on this series.